Hey guys, just section of violence here. I'm just gonna run through this real quick for you guys. We got CFFC, Ares FC, and an LFA on tomorrow. We have other stuff on, but I'm just gonna cover these three. So start off with Ares. We got John Katasuli versus Gaten Dambo. Honestly, this is a weird fight. Two strikers. One likes to get DQ'd, seems like, and the other one the other one's just a good striker, so it's going to be a striking matchup between the two. I see it being, pretty fun on the feet. We'll see how it goes. I'm on Dambo here, but I'm not confident. Moving on, we have Joanna Chevrolet versus Melissa Hurtado. I'm Hurtado. She's the one they're pushing here. I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't really have too much interest in this fight. But yeah, moving on, we have Sheriff Dream versus Angelo DeJesus. Pretty straightforward fight. I think Dream's gonna run away with this one. Jesus just doesn't look like he belongs. We'll find out though tomorrow. Moving on, we have Ali Joseph versus Oriz Magkiaev. I'm gonna go with Joseph here, just having more tools to win, and he also just looked, more built at the weigh-ins. Magkiaev didn't look very fit at all. We'll see how it translates over tomorrow, but I'm gonna go with Ali Joseph here. I think it's pretty straightforward. Uh, if you look at the weigh-ins. Moving on. Sorry, guys, I'm sick. Ilian Bufia versus Carlos Caden. Honestly, Caden, I gotta, no, I gotta go with Bufia, but I'm gonna I like the upset here because Caden tries to shoot the box, and he is a dangerous striker. I think Bufia could be too easily hit. Definitely gotta watch out for that versus a guy like Kainen. But yeah, that's probably gonna be a donation. I'm down to find out though. We'll see how it goes. Moving on, we have Aziz Halali versus Masab Al Marzikwi. Zikwi. So Halali's a Muay Thai guy. Doesn't have the greatest record, but he's a long record in Muay Thai, and I think that's going to translate well in MMA. The problem is he's fighting someone who's more well-rounded. But the thing with Halali, he's been training at the MMA factory with the good guys, so maybe he knows something we don't. I'm gonna take a shot on that. I don't think the odds should be as wide as they are, but I do. I'm gonna side with Marzakwi to win, but I'm just not confident because I don't know. There's a lot of unknowns here. Moving on, we have Carlos Graca versus Jordan Zebo. Jordan Zebo, honestly, I like Jordan Zebo, but a, he's a bit of a liability now after that chinning. I don't know how good his chin is, but I do think he wins this fight. I think he has more tools to win this fight. Graca is just not as good as him, and yeah, we'll see how it plays out. But I'm on Zebo here. I don't think I'm gonna play it, but I do think Zebo wins this. Moving on, we have Demarte Pena versus Luis Lee Scott. I'm gonna take another dog shot. Demarte Pena, I do like him. He's a beast. He's training out of Team CIT with Driscus Duplessis and guys like that. But I'm gonna take a shot on Louis Scott. There's a lot of talent in this kid, and I do think he's gonna do good things. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go with Louis. I'm gonna go with Louis Lee Scott here, but for the upset. And yeah, man, this is a weird fight. Obviously, Pana's the side for the company, but I'm gonna go with the upset here. But yeah, moving on to CFFC. I'm gonna run through them real quick for you guys. We have Matthew Allison versus Hunter Starner. I'm gonna go with Allison here. It's just off. This is a blind pick, to be honest, just because I don't like playing Starner. I don't think Starner is all that good. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go with Allison here, but I'm not confident. I have to do more tape on this fight, so gonna keep it a buck. Brandon Lopez versus Regilo Melgoza. Don't know, really don't care. Let me see for you guys that are watching though. You guys probably want to know who. I'm gonna give you guys that name. 1 second. Okay. Uh, what's his name again? Lopez versus. Yeah, I don't even have that on my list, so I just don't really care about this fight. But Serena DeJesus versus Elizabeth Schroeder. I do think Schroeder can win, but I'm gonna go with DeJesus here. I just think DeJesus' forward pressure is gonna win in the fight. Moving on, we have Brandon Lewis versus Michael Billups. Michael Billups is He's all right. I think he's going to be good enough on the feet to beat Brandon Lewis, but it's a good fight. Honestly, I could see it, you know, I could see it going Lewis's way. I just don't think the layoff and the style of fighting is going to win him any favors. I could get close, but I'm going to go with Billups here. Moving on, we have a fight that I'm actually really looking forward to. We got a grappler, in Emily Martins, who's been looking really good in her early career, versus Marissa Ellis, who has just been a juggernaut on the feet. I think Marissa Ellis is going to cause her a lot of problems on the feet, but I do think if Emily Martins gets to the ground, she's going to be in her world and she's going to win the fight. Not going to bet on this fight, but definitely I'm rooting for Marissa Ellis just because we like girl knockout artists, but we'll see how it plays out. Moving on, we have Philip Latu versus Dylan Potter. Obviously, got to go with Philip Latu here. He's been on a tear, KOing people. I think Dylan Potter is just not that good, and I think he's going to get KO'd here. Um, Moving on, Hugh Pulley versus Blaine Richards. Did I even tape this fight? Yeah, I did. I'm on Blaine Richards here. Can't remember why. I have it lined as a negative 200 favorite, though. Um, Guy seems to be doing something right if I like him. But yeah, don't really have a play yet. I'll do more tape on this fight, see why I liked him, and honestly, I didn't even really want to do a lot of these fights, like tape a lot of these fights, because I have no interest in a lot of them. But they're I want to give you guys my honest opinion on some of them, so we'll keep it going. William Renz versus Marcellus Wallace. Honestly, this was another fight. I was like, I don't, I this could go either way, but I'm gonna go with Renz here, just being the more skilled. Could get interesting though. Moving on, we have Max Quinones versus Jimmy Natividad. I think Max Quin. Who do I have? Yeah, Quinones here. I think he's going to be too skilled for this. It's going to be a good bounce back fight for. If he loses this fight, then he needs to reevaluate some things. But I'm going to go with Max Quinones here. Moving on, we have Bad Bat Siren Dorzia versus Israel Galvin. Israel Galvin showed phenomenal grappling in his last fight. Interested to see how that will translate in this fight, but I'm going to go with Dorziev, just out grinding his way to a decision win. I'm going to go with Dorziev here. It's pretty self explanatory. He's a negative 1,000 favorite, probably one of the locks of the card. I don't have anything on him personally, but it should be an interesting one. If I give you guys my top five picks, my number one pick would be Lato or Dordziev. Number two would be Lato. Number three would be Richards. Number four would be Quinones. And number five would be Martins. Moving on to LFA. I'm going to run through it real quick for you guys because I really got to go. The Grant fight's about to start and I can't miss it. Edwin Kwan, this is a squash match. He should win this one. James Gwordy versus Whitmire. Um, I think I just said pass with this fight, but I'm gonna lean Whitmire. Uh, Delgado versus Bad Syrian. I didn't even think I taped this one. To be honest, this is probably a fight they added. I have nothing on the. I have no opinion on this one. Jacob Horton versus Oliveira. I got Horton here. I think Horton wins this in his debut. Giovanni's a savage. He's back fighting David Solazarian. Uh, I think Giovanni wins this, but it's a close fight. Lebasani versus Adam Wabs, the squash mat for Lebasani. Not much else I could say about that. Chuck Campbell versus Ozzy Diaz. I lean Diaz, but it's a close fight. I can see Campbell stealing it. Moving on, we have Hussein Bakash Safari versus Stav Corin. I lead Corin. I just think Corin's a better fighter, a bit, but just by a little bit though. Could be interesting though. Moving on, we have Diego Bianchi versus Bakramajan Masharapov. Honestly, Masharapov surviving for so long against the Russian is a good look in hindsight. This is a close fight. I'm gonna lean. I don't even know here. This is a weird fight. I'm gonna lean Bianchi, but it's close. I have no interest in this fight. Moving on, we have Jeff Creighton versus Miguel uh, Miguel Jacob. This could also be a standout report for performance for Master Bob. I'm ready for both outcomes. Miguel Jacob versus Jeff Creighton. I'm leading my guy Miguel Jacob. He's a beast. Gotta side with him. Urion Satyabayev versus Bruno Assis. I gotta go with Urion Satyabayev. He's a beast. He's good enough to beat this guy, and I think he's gonna beat Assis by decision. But it's a weird fight because we could see something that we weren't expecting, but I doubt it. It should be it should be a linear fight for Iran, and yeah. So if you guys, if I can give you guys my top five picks, number one would be Quan, like I said before. Number two would be Lebosani. Actually, I'll go number one Lebosani, number two Quan, number three Horton, number four Sachabayev, and number five Jacob. But yeah, Jacob, I can understand why he's an underdog. People really like Creighton, but we'll see how it goes. Anyways, guys, like, subscribe. You know the drill. I'll see you next time.